Welcome to Lent. All I can say is, wow. I'm sure none of us thought on Fat Tuesday that we would be restricted from public meeting places in these short weeks before Easter. Do we even need to do anything else for Lent? I mean, isn't this sacrifice of social distancing enough for the faithful who thrive on weekly worship and prayer meetings and sermons and small faith groups and outreach and Bible studies? I can imagine God sitting on his throne, reacting to my wow, shaking his head at me saying, Bernadette, Bernadette, don't you know it's not me who's doing these things? It is the unfortunate circumstances and consequences of the situations that you've created in your broken humanity. Not one person in particular, but just our nature of being broken. Sure, I could wave my magic wand and fix it all. But then how would that teach you to turn to me? How would that teach you to trust me? What would you learn about yourself and your capacity for love? Yeah, I said capacity for love. What does love have to do with all this? Well, I'll get back to that at the very end. But first, let's talk about what fasting has to do with all this. So what did you decide to give for your Lenten offering? Did you choose to do something to improve yourself, to improve your spiritual life or your understanding of your faith? Or did you give something up that would perhaps make you healthier or help you gain perspective? Or maybe you just picked something. Did you pledge to give more of yourself to good causes? My pastor was quick to remind me that a pledge is a pledge, and I'm bound to see it through to the best of my ability, within reason, of course. If I pledged to serve at a soup kitchen once a week and it closed, well, I guess I can't do that, so maybe there's something else that I can try to do. But I will guess most of us have chosen something that doesn't involve personal social outreach at public venues. So persevere. Laugh in the face of these new restrictions. Now, I don't mean take them lightly by any means, but don't let them sidetrack you from your pledge. See these restrictions for what they are, temptations to relax your pledge. I mean, we deserve to relax, right? Because we've been thrown this curveball. No, renew your commitment with vigor. Embrace it in a new way if you have to, but keep it. There are two temptations we typically face at a time of social distress: fear and hopelessness. The constant media negativity, who's doing what, who's not being proactive enough, the news of this city or state shutting down or venues closing, these all could lead us to hopelessness. We cannot allow our minds to accept this lie that it is hopeless. There's always hope. There are always new developments, and there is always something to grab a hold of, not the least of which is to recognize that good will always prevail over evil in the end. Well, what about fear? Will I get sick? Did that person who brushed my arm in the store contaminate me? Will the suffering be horrid? Will I die? Don't go down the rabbit hole. If you get sick, as some already have, and some undoubtedly will still, choose to respond in faith and in trust. For these remaining weeks of Lent, add to your pledge, fasting from fear and hopelessness. See the beauty of every day, not because you're going to get sick, but because God asks us to live every day as though it was our last, to live each day to its fullest, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. There's that word, love. So live and love. May we all be united in faith and in protest against fear and hopelessness as we navigate these unsure times, trusting that God has our best interests in mind. Pray well And be sure to check the comments to find today's song pick, and share and comment so that Facebook knows people are watching. Have a wonderful day.